Osama Nazzal is an occupied West Bank-based Palestinian journalist and a radio host. Nazzal worked for Voice of Palestine and other Palestinian newspapers in Ramallah and Jenin. And he joins me now live from Jenin in the occupied West Bank. Osama, great to have you here with us on TRT World. You know, over the past 8 months, we have spoken at length about the Israeli atrocities in the occupied West Bank. But it seems to me, over the past 3 weeks, the intensity and the frequency of illegal Israeli raids has increased.
Yeah, and this is the scheme that the Israeli occupation government does have against the Palestinians. As the reporter mentioned, dozens of Palestinians were killed in Jenin and also at Sharif near Beit Lahem. Just right now, a youth was killed. So we are talking about a very dangerous Israeli military escalation against the Palestinians, mainly in the northern part of the occupied West Bank, Jenin and Tulkarem. Just until now, 14 Palestinians really were killed by the Israeli forces in the course of 10 hours in the occupied West Bank. And just days ago, 9 Palestinians were killed in the area of Tulkarem. So we are talking about a constant Israeli aggression against all the Palestinians, regardless of where they live, whether
Right.
in the West
Osama, if I may interject, you say constant Israeli aggression, right? So this is something that has been ongoing even before October the 7th. Of course, after October the 7th, the intensity and frequency of these raids increased substantially. But I wonder, what is the end game here for Tel Aviv? What do they want?
Of course, before the 7th of October, and all that Tel Aviv wants is to entrench its occupation and to legitimize its colonial settlements in the occupied West Bank and Jerusalem, and to force the Palestinians to sign a capitulation pact. Israel wants the Palestinians to accept its occupation and its colonization of all the occupied Palestinian territory, and to accept to live without dignity and without any national or human rights. And this is impossible because no Palestinian on earth can accept such conditions and such terms. But Israel is going ahead with its colonial project. And if you come as a journalist to the occupied West Bank, you see how Israel is grabbing more and more land, building more settlements, and building infrastructure for its Jewish settlers at the expense of the Palestinian people. What we have in the West Bank today is apartheid per se and genocide in Gaza.
Osama, now, here's the question. See, the world's attention right now is focused on reaching a ceasefire deal in Gaza. Do you think the Israeli government is perhaps capitalizing on this in the sense that they are conducting more and more raids in the occupied West Bank? Because they know the world's attention is on Gaza right now, so might as well increase our raids in the occupied West Bank.
The Israeli occupation government doesn't want to have any ceasefire or any peace agreement with the Palestinian people. And you know that Israel killed the head of Hamas Politburo, Ismail Haniyeh, in Tehran, and he was the negotiator. So if they killed the negotiator, what does this mean? This means that they don't want to have any negotiations with the Palestinians. And the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, is working hard and committing more crimes in Palestine and outside Palestine in order to have a regional war and to drag the foot of the American administration to this war. So talking about the ceasefire agreement with the current Israeli government, I think it is meaningless and useless and without really pressure. And I don't want to say from the Americans today or the Europeans, because the Americans are not going to pressure Israel. If the Arabs and the Muslims don't take action, I think Israel would continue its genocide against the Palestinians and see the horrible things every hour in our life.
Osama Nazzal, thanks very much for talking to us here on TRT World. I really appreciate your taking out the time.